Of course, people stare. They stare because it's different. We're ready to take the next step with Olivia. We want her to get treatment.
I want her to know that she's still beautiful. I think she has the opportunity to have a wonderful life.
Get him, Olivia, faster, honey, go. Get him, get him. She just has overcome everything, anything that's thrown her way. She's surpassed all of my expectations. Olivia is our daughter. She turned 2 in December, so she's 2 and 3 months now. And she was born with a lymphatic malformation that's on the right side of her face. She's gonna get us! Oh no! It crosses the midline, it reaches back towards her ear and right behind her eyelid.
Essentially, you can imagine a lot of little bubbles inside of her neck. Some are big and some are small.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you now.
The bigger ones are easier to deal with, and the smaller ones are a lot more difficult to cut out surgically. So that's why her condition is so difficult to treat.
I'm gonna get you! Got you! I got you! I got you!
We went to go get our ultrasound, and they said, it looks like something's weird. I felt nervous about it. I don't know why, I just felt kind of nervous. Everyone was saying, like, don't worry about it, it's fine. So we go in, and I guess the doctor just kind of abruptly told us that she has what's called a teratoma, and that we should just collect our thoughts and maybe next time consider termination options. And so it's not something that we like to talk about very much because it's very traumatic. That was like our introduction to this whole thing, that we should just kind of quit on Olivia. We did not know if she would survive.
How do you even digest that and respond to that? I mean, it was just shocking, you know? There's just no words.
We chose to get a second opinion at UCSF, at Benioff Children's Hospital. We made a plan, and they had some crazy surgical procedure that they would be able to deliver Olivia by safely. No guarantees as to whether she would survive, but just giving her a chance to be born.
When she was delivered, I actually didn't get to see her until almost 15 hours later. When I first saw her, it was just, I was scared. Her doctors really didn't know if her condition would block her airway. And throughout that first year for her, we were always concerned if she had any delayed breathing.
We try to inform ourselves, we try to educate ourselves on managing airway emergencies for babies. We would carry around little instruments to stick down Olivia's throat so we can try to keep her alive while the ambulance came to get her.
We got to bring her home right before Christmas of 2016. So that was, you know, one of the most amazing feelings ever.
Hooray! Oh, you gotta laugh. Point your toe. Point your toe. To me, she's the normal kid. She's very, very outgoing. She enjoys life, you could tell. She doesn't let anything hold her back. Point, flex, and back and forth, back and forth. Livy joined the studio the beginning of this season. She came just to try out some of the classes, and she did really well, and she took off from there. She picks up all the moves very well. She enjoys it. You could tell she's smiling the whole time. It was very surprising the first time she came into class and not one student mentioned anything. Jump, out. Sometimes they'll just say like, oh, what is that? But they go about their rest of their class and it doesn't really affect them. Having Livia at the studio, I think, has just opened my eyes to a kid at the end of the day. She looks a little bit different, but she's still amazing. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional. She's awesome. It's hard, huh? Up on your tippy toes. She's made an impact on me, and she's showed my kids that you can be different and still enjoy life.
Thank you, Harper. Okay, hold on. Hold mommy's hand. Come on.
Hey, you don't have your shoes on.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Let's go see. Come on, let's go see. Let's go see. You want to see? You ready? Yeah? Let's see. Oh! Who is it?
Mama and Grandpa.
It is Grandma, Grandpa. Hey, Mama.
Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque... Hi, Ivan. How are you?
We have so much support. It's unbelievable. I mean, our parents, they've been there with us every step of the way. I don't know how we would have gotten here without them.
We do our very best with Olivia, but there's just a whole nother aspect that the grandparents bring in.
Yeah.
Along with the sweets and the goodies that they spoil her with, but they really bring a big new dimension to Olivia's life.
She's crazy about me. So to say, yeah, she wants grandma all the time.
He always liked to dance and play music with me.
We pray all the time for Olivia. She's very outgoing. She's an extrovert. She's a boss baby. So I know that either way, she's gonna fight it. She's gonna keep on going.
We're ready to take the next step with Olivia. We want her to get treatment. She's beautiful and she will thrive, but at the same time, if there is treatment out there that's going to help her, we're ready to take it a step further. One major concern is that the lymphatic malformation grows proportionally with her. Right now, she's not having any issues speaking or eating, but it's right where her jawbone is developing. So if we can treat it now, then we'd rather do that versus wait and have it affect her bone, affect her eating or her teeth development down the line. Is that good? You like it? Oh.
You like food?
We met with her BVAC team, so that's the Birthmark Vascular Anomalies Clinic team. We sat down with all of them and we didn't come to a conclusion yet. The next thing that they need is a new updated MRI. That's our next step. Get that MRI and see if there are any significant changes. After they review all of that, they'll tell us we think it's therapy or could be surgery. We're not sure.
If we're able to get like 50% reduction in her mass, I think that's a win. Uh-oh, sprinklers are on. We're coming up on a bigger challenge though, because now she's aware when kids are making fun of her. When Olivia comes to the park and she's so happy and says hi to kids, she's so friendly. But when they get scared and run away, it's really heartbreaking as a parent, because she doesn't know, you know.
Hi,
See, she's saying hi. I feel like she really tries to be social.
I try my best to approach it in a way that Olivia can see and kind of approach on her own too if she was by herself. If a kid comes up to me and they're like, hey, what's that? What's going on there? I'll just say, oh, this is Olivia. She was born with a cyst on her cheek, but she's perfectly okay. She's very happy. She's very friendly. And then most of the time, the kids are just like, oh, okay, well, I am so-and-so. And then they actually start playing and interacting like nothing's wrong. I think it's important just to explain to kids or adults just what it is. Not by mommy's feet. There are lots of ants there. Let's go over here. Less ants. It's the kids that like really stare or come up to her and try to like touch it. There are kids that come up and like aggressively try to touch. How do you react to that? I don't think she minds it most of the time. She kind of brushes it off. She's overcoming anything that's thrown her way right now. And for the future, I hope she continues that way, whether or not treatment works out.
She's just a little bundle of energy. She's like a little Tasmanian devil. And she's just amazing. Yeah, she's brought a lot of joy into our life. As parents, we have to decide what level of risk we're willing to take to maybe help break down some prejudices for Olivia in the future and maybe make it a little bit easier for her. I think she has the opportunity to have a wonderful life.
Being born different, it's okay. Everyone's different, no one's perfect. Take your time to get to know anyone who's different, because I can promise you they're going to bring so much joy into your life. They're gonna open your eyes to a whole new world.